For this feature piece, I focused on a cabaret show that was performed at the Melbourne Fringe Festival. Cabaret is a style of theatrical performance typically held in a nightclub or a pub-type setting. Cabaret shows are usually quite short, less than an hour long, and feature singing, dancing, and comedy. Cabaret originated in France at the turn of the 19th century, but the popularity spread throughout Europe and later reached the US. Recently, there's been a revival of cabaret and shows are featured everywhere around the world. For this piece, I focused on the cabaret show Desperately Young at Heart, and I interviewed the writer and performer Robert Hoffman and got insight into his characters, his inspirations, and what his futures are for the show.
It can happen to you if you're young at heart. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dr. K. Overett.
Dr. K. Overett is based on highly educated singing teaching academics with PhDs usually, and they never really, their career didn't really take off, but they found they loved teaching, but eventually they get over that as well.
My name is Helmut Wunderlicher.
And Helmut Wunderlicher, because I'm half German, I feel I can make fun of that specifically German enthusiasm that he has, and he decides to, do a psychologist sort of session, amateur psych session, and help you find success in your love life using song. And in that we discover his unfortunate love life. So he was inspired by lots of, perhaps personal experiences as well, but we all have that.
My name is Susan Higgins.
It's a red-headed guitar player. She's based on a real-life character who I saw playing in the Taizé worship. Well, actually it was a Good Friday service, and she was playing that over and over again. It's supposed to help you meditate and pray, and it did nothing of the sort. I had to leave. I was having a panic attack, and I thought this needed comic treatment, so that's why she's there.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Sister Maureen Virgilius.
And the nun, well, I just think nuns are funny, because there's been a whole musical based on them, of course, called Nonsense. And might as well make it Irish, because I grew up with an Irish priest when I went to church, so that's where she came from as well, the Irish accent. I've been a professional singer for about 20 years. I studied at Sydney Conservatorium and at UWA School of Music. I studied singing there. So my favourite roles are always the comic ones, like Coco in The Mikado.
And welcome to this evening session called Suck Your Way to Sing Sex. Sing your way to suck sex.
I've always loved cabaret as an art form, because it's only about an hour long, so it's not long enough to get bored, it's just long enough to get some really interesting entertainment. So I saw some great stuff like by Queenie van der Zandt. Saw her show called I'll Get the Music in You at the Adelaide Cabaret Festival in '06. I loved it so much. She took on different characters but without costume changes.
Mi fa so, you are now so under.
I was inspired by her to create my own in a similar sort of way.
It's such a contrived situation.
So I hope you're doing it on a larger scale where hopefully people buy the show in and tour me as opposed to doing it all yourself, because being your own production manager is quite hard. So yeah, doing this show or similar on a larger scale, I would hope, yeah, in London or something. I love the art form of cabaret and I want to get into it. This is my first solo cabaret show. It's quite a boutique show, I think. I just love it so much, and to break ground in a new area, I view it as an investment.
Are the subject of my next sexual fantasy. You are the star of my next sexual fantasy. Well, you might think this song is sick, but it's better than me pulling out my dictionary. Come on now.